Mark Crossfield here, today hitting iBlade, Ping's iBlade iron up against my Mizuno MP5. So I've been a bladed iron now pretty much a player for this season. Let's compare how the blade I love actually compares to the iBlade which I've hit and I'm kind of falling in love with as well. Let's get stuck in. So iBlade v MP5. Let's take looks to start us off. I like the chrome finish. I like the finish on both of them. For me, the shape of MP5 just wins, but you got to remember I'm a bit of a Mizuno fan. Others might put the iBlade down and love it as well. I love the fact that both of them, the blade length's about the same. I don't like an overly long blade length that you get from some. Similar to no offset on both. I do prefer the white line-up line on the bottom of the iBlade. Now you get a little bit more design, if you like, in iBlade, in the sense that the Mizuno has a lot of design, they will say, but it's forged from a piece of metal, a bullet of a forged steel, if you like. They're cutting it out of, where the iBlade is not a forged iron, and it's got kind of an elastomer, I think, in the back here, thinner faces. It's got quite a bit more of a kind of feel of a chunk out the back with a little bit of cavity almost, where you get less of that in MP5. But I mean, when you look closely, you will see that there's very similarities in the back. It's more that you get the appearance of a cavity in the iBlade over, say, the grain flow forged Mizuno MP5. I do like the chroming on MP5 a little bit more, but that's just my personal kind of feelings. Hitting them, so this is my iron. I love the feel and look of these. You get that true bladed feel and sound. I like the fact that I get very true distance and spins out of this bladed model. And I also like the fact that out of a bladed club, it is still a decent sized head with a little bit of weighting at the bottom, so it does still offer me some help. I stop at a 5 iron in my set. When I go to 3 and 4 irons in any of these sets, you do get a little bit frightened. And again, I mean, I am enjoying using MP5. It just feels exactly what I would want a bladed iron to feel like. Now, how does that compare to iBlade? So in effect, we're going from my favorite bladed iron, a company that's famous for forging, soft feels, all those kind of things, to a company that's a bit more famous for producing, not game improvement, but chunkier irons with weights and help in them. So if we compare this to iBlade, looks like I say very similar, just with that different kind of satiny finish. Now, when I hit these clubs, to be honest with you, I'm struggling to find a difference in the feel. I'm struggling. I would guess, but we'll look at the real ball numbers. Created some real ball numbers using my Chrome Softs that I'm playing at the moment with GC2, which we'll look at in a second. It feels a little bit like this might go a little higher, but I don't know. We'll look at the numbers. Let's give it one more hit just for the sound and feels. I mean, it feels the same. I don't think if you blind tested me, I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between those two. Feel and sound very similar. Let's have a look at the numbers and see what they come out like. So let's look at some of the numbers then. So I'm 166 carry with the 6 iron on the iBlade and 166 carry with the MP5. Topping out at 171 with MP5, topping out at 173 with iBlade, a fraction more. Heights, as I suspected, 32 peak height to 30 with my blade. So the only thing that would sway me towards the iBlade over the MP5 is that little bit more height. I quite like that. I'm not the highest ball flighter in the world, so that would feel nice on a club that looks so good and bladey. 5.3 spin with MP5, 5.2 spin, nothing in the spin rate, which strike isn't going to dictate over those. They're almost identical. 19-degree launch again with the iBlade, 17-degree launch with my MP5. Again, there's that little bit more height off the face. 117 ball speed, 116 ball speed, almost identical. Interesting numbers there. I could game the iBlade really easy. That slightly higher flight from that really classic look is great. It'll be hard to ever really take a Mizuno iron out of my hand because I do love them. Looks, feels, those kind of things. I think the iBlade has got to be one of the best bladed, better players, because S55 and all that before, I think I've seen from Ping in many, many years. I'm really impressed with it. What do you think? Post comments down below. Which one would you go for and why? You're a true Mizuno fan or a Ping fan? You've been a Ping fan but never quite like that top-end bladed iron. Is this one doing it for you? Let me know. Speak to you soon. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, all the normal social places. Also, come and visit my new website, markcrossfieldgolf.com. See you over there.